Hello and welcome back to Enhanced First Person Template Kit, and what we're going to go over today is some of the advanced features of the weapon system all set up and ready for you. Like literally, I'll show you. This is the example map. We're just going to grab this minigun pickup over here, and we're going to turn ourselves around. We got some lovely targets. Now watch this. Oh, look at that. Lovely. Scrape around a bit. Really lay these on, and you can see we've got all these cool blood effects. We've got the muzzle flashes, we've got the ejected shell cases which litter around the place, and it is all really fucking cool and epic. So we've been over setting up the weapon systems before. So one of the additional things that you'll get with the weapon systems, if we jump into the blueprints, is let's pick one at random. Where's the minigun? There we go. We've been using that, might as well. And so, in the viewport, you'll get these additional objects. We've got the muzzle flash and the shell ejector. So basically, you just put these where you want the shells to eject from. So as you can see, the red arrow points that way. That's the direction the shells are going to eject. So they eject up and outwards. So if we jump into the game, you will see that in action. When we fire the minigun, you'll see the shells getting ejected on exactly that trajectory. We've also got the sweet bullet impacts. We've got a little Gore when it explodes, and we've got blood splats on the floor and on the walls behind the targets. Now, just to show you that this works in every direction, we'll just grab this guy and we'll move him and we'll put him over here. So he's facing a different wall. So when we pick up this minigun now, we'll shoot that guy, it'll splatter the wall behind him. We'll shoot this guy, it'll splatter the wall behind him. The blood splatters follow the trajectory of the bullets. So they'll always go wherever you're splattering, and then you'll get these extra ones on the floor, and obviously the particle effects for the blood and all that good stuff. So with the weapons themselves, once you've set up the blueprint, you just position these spheres where you would like the muzzle flash and the shell ejection to come from, and that is pretty much it. I mean, what you can do is jump into the blueprint, and you can change the emitter for the muzzle flash, and you can change the actor for the ejected shell. So if we jump into the ejected shell blueprint, you'll see it consists of an impulse and playing a tink to tink tink sound when it hits something. So it'll do this once, it'll decide whether or not it should play a sound. So it's not playing a shell casing sound every single time, because that would get annoying. It's playing one based on a random flip of a coin, essentially, with a slight weight to it. So it's more inclined not to play the sound than it is to play the sound. But you can adjust that from this on a scale of 0 to 1, 1 being more likely to play the sound and 0 being less likely to play the sound. So the upshot of that is, when we pick up the guns now, you'll see with our pistol, we've got our bullet casing going out to the right, and we've got a small muzzle flash at the front. With our minigun, you can see the bullet casings get spewed out much more rapidly. And we are just decimating the place with Gore. And this is all built in, so if I were to just go and drag any random enemy out into the world, so if we grab a target blueprint, and we'll bring up, these are all target statics. So if we bring in a target roaming, just to show you that it works with every single target, we'll rotate that around. We've got all of its customizable values down here, so we can set its projectile, its health, whether or not it should react to the player, and all that good stuff, whether it should drop a weapon, all the things we've been over before, but we're not going to bother with any of that. We're just going to drop it into the world. Now turn around, then you can see it behind, and you'll see that he does exactly the same thing, because these are all hard-coded into the parent objects. It's not checking for a specific bullet, or checking a specific enemy, it's checking the parent class of that thing. So if we were to take this weapon and change it for something else, so let's turn it into a shotgun, and the shotgun fires a completely different projectile, but you'll see it still reacts the same. So that's all done there for you. If you're happy with the blood effect and you like it the way it is, you can just leave it the way it is. These blood splats as well are completely customizable. So if we go into Gore and we go into physics effects, we've got the blood eruption, which is what happens when an enemy dies. We've got the blood particle effect, which is what happens when you kill them. And we've got the blood splatter blueprint, which is the mesh that gets spawned when it splatters on the background or the ground. And each of these are all designed to despawn themselves after a certain amount of time. So if we were to just shoot this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy and then this guy and this guy, you'll see that blood effect. And we've got all these little blood splats on the floor. Now if we sit and watch them for a few minutes, doesn't take very long. It's randomly set between about 15 and 60 seconds for it to start to fade away. And you can just see over there, those ones are starting to go. So it frees up resources by not having all these blood splats linger around for a really long time. So you can adjust that if you want to make it shorter, if you want to make it longer, or if you like the default time, you can just leave it there. And the same with the shell casing. So if we fire off a bunch of shell casings, there we go, we've got a ton of them over here, and you'll notice they start to wink out of existence after a predetermined amount of time, and we've started to lose our blood splatter. So if you chose to download the project and start building the game with us, all this functionality is there included for you, because it all derives from the parent blueprint of this enemy, which doesn't really have anything in it by default. It's just an empty container. You can see the health up there. An empty container that you would create children of. So we've got our roaming guy over here who would roam if we had a nav mesh. We've got our regular static guy, and they both take damage evenly. We can pick up the shotgun and we can hit them both. And we get the cool blood splats for each of the shotgun pellets. So when you adjust the amount of pellets being fired from the shotgun, it automatically calculates how many extra blood splats it should provide. And there we go. We've got a lovely, gory presentation room. So yeah, that's part of the kit. It will be going live this weekend, hopefully on my Itch channel. Just going to get it all packaged up and presented properly. So all of this lovely pre-built stuff will be available for you to download and use at your leisure. So if you want to see more, don't forget to like, subscribe. I am going to be planning on doing a full game build in this template to show you how quickly and easily you can create your own custom game. So while it auto saves, I'm going to say I hope you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.